Welcome back to All Things Nikki. If it is your first time here, thank you so much for clicking on this video. I hope that you learned something from it and it makes a difference in your life. If you are returning, hey family, how are you? Oh, I know the scenery is different. I'm currently in Salt Lake City, Utah. All right, so let's get right into this. So I am currently in Utah. My husband is in tech. So we're in Utah for a tech conference. He had a tech conference with his work. So, we haven't had any time together since we got married, really. So he decided to bring me along. So I'm here. While he's working, I'm getting to spend some time with him. And it's been cool. Utah is really nice. We were able to go hiking and go out and experience what Salt Lake City has to offer. So it's been cool, reconnecting, and trying to figure life out. So I always want to be as transparent with you guys. I like to be honest. I've been crying like multiple times a day because I just miss my kids so much. This isn't my first time away from my son. So I think I started getting adjusted to that, right? Because we've had 12 years of me traveling away from him for me to get used to that. But this is the first time for me being away from my daughters for an extended period of time. I'll be away from them for almost a week. So trying to get adjusted to that is difficult. But we're here, and I'm realizing that my marriage needs it. So that brings me into today's topic. I hope that somebody can relate. So I wanted to talk about healing past trauma, moving through infidelity, and realizing that I'm not perfect. If you guys saw a few months ago, some stuff hit the fan with me and my husband. It was just really bad timing, right? So I was really sick. I got forced to leave my comfortable job. I'm gonna tag that video there. I got forced to leave my comfortable job. I was trying to be team mom for football. My husband totaled his BMW with my son in the car. I got diagnosed with the MG, and my husband was cheating on me, right? So it just was a lot that was happening at one time. And I don't really know if I need to even go into the details about the infidelity, but it happened, okay? It happened. In his defense, I guess we'll call it infidelity and not adultery. So as I'm learning, people are calling adultery when you physically break the vows and have intercourse with someone else. And infidelity is when you step out in other means as emotional and financial and things like that. So according to my husband, it was more of an emotional connection and dating and falling in love kind of situation, which to me was harder. I'd rather him have just, randomly smashed somebody one night and never saw them again. Just being honest, that's how my brain operates. So that's what I prefer. I don't prefer any of it, honestly, but if I had to pick, that's what I would have chosen, not for you to have a relationship with someone. But it is what it is, right? So in that, I have been doing some digging. So originally, when everything hit the fan, I felt like my husband wasn't defending me, and I felt like he wasn't protecting me. So he was still trying to protect his image with his friends and his family, blaming me for stuff I had nothing to do with, and saying that I was lying and all these things. And it irritated me even more because you welcomed everyone into our business. You embarrassed me. And then you tried to act like I did it. So I was really struggling because now I don't respect you as a man, right? But then I had to realize that may have been going on in our relationship for some time, where he felt like I wasn't respecting him as a man. As much as I, was raised by my mom, who taught me how to be a wife. But like, did I rip his manhood from him? Did I demasculate him? And those were things like feelings and thoughts that I had to sit in. Because I'm used to being by myself. I'm used to being a single mother. I'm used to getting it, doing what I gotta do, like being independent. So coming into someone who isn't as strong, and then I'm taking over, I'm not letting you lead like a man should. So now you're being handicapped by me. So we're falling into more of a mother-son relationship. And I had to identify that and sit in that. I will say that we have dealt with infidelity multiple times. And I will say that this is the first time I think that I finally was at a place where I'm like, okay, I'm going to see the divorce attorney, period. And he was at a place where he's like, oh crap, I'm about to lose it all. So things were different. He went to therapy on his own. He went to manhood classes to try to find himself and become a man and be around other men that are learning how to be a man. Because this is another thing in our homes. When you're raised in when you're a boy being raised by a single mother, right? You are handicapped, period. I know y'all gonna eat me up in the comments and y'all gonna get mad and X, Y, and Z. Yes, he had the other examples of men in his life, right? But no man lived in the house with him and showed him how to be a provider, a leader, a protector. He saw it from the outside looking in, but he only saw the Huxtable standpoint of it, is what I like to call it. He didn't see the realness of a mom and a dad interacting, or husband and wife, or whatever the case may be. He didn't see a leader in his home. So how can you try to emulate this relationship and you don't even know what it is? You don't even know what it is. You're becoming... I know this is very controversial. A whole bunch of people probably gonna get real mad. But a woman is trying to teach a man how to be a man, right? And if, like, I'm talking gender roles, because he decided to be in a heterosexual relationship with me, and we have already decided that there are going to be some gender roles in this relationship, right? Because he wants me to fall into specific roles. How, when you've never been shown that, right? Am I making sense? Your mom, like me with my son, I can teach him how to be a good human being, how to be loving, caring, have great morals. I can teach him, I can pour everything into him. I can put him around different men. I can just be there, be supportive of him. But if my son decides that he wants to be in a heterosexual relationship and he wants to be the man and fall into this gender role and be a leader in the house as a man, if he's in that gender role, then, and I've never allowed him to see that, he's just going to emulate everything that he's seen. Or if he's in the house with me and my husband and I'm demasculating my husband, right? And my son sees me as the provider, the protector, the everything. Then when he gets in a relationship, he's gonna think that he's supposed to be a quote unquote weak man, because that's what his mom did with his stepdad forever. So I really had to check myself. I had to check myself. I had to ask myself what kind of relationship I really wanted. What do I want? You know? And I think that's because the lines were never truly clear for me, because I'm so open and like, la-di-da. It took a lot for me to even realize that, you know, I decided that this was the type of relationship that I was going to be in. So, leaving that there, healing past the trauma. So then I got MG. Well, I had MG. I have MG. And it was bad. I couldn't, I'm gonna link that video right there. So yeah, it was bad. I couldn't take care of myself. And my husband had to step up. He had to physically take care of me. I'm talking clean me after I go to the bathroom, brush my teeth, put my clothes on, bathe me essentially, feed me. I couldn't swallow. I couldn't speak. I was drooling. My eyes were low, droopy. It looked like I had a really bad stroke. I couldn't walk. So you realize who your person is when you're in a situation where you can't take care of yourself. And all these little things we take for granted, like, you know, I had my chemo, so now I'm kind of getting a little better. But like, I was able to brush my teeth and throw on makeup. I couldn't even blink an eye to put on makeup 3 months ago. A month ago. God has really, like, life has smacked me in my face. And I had to do some digging. And that's with the therapist. That's with praying and meditating, listening to podcasts. I've just been really trying to do some soul searching. And I was telling my friend the other day that I didn't give him a fair chance when we had got married, because of the circumstances surrounding our marriage was due to fear of me having another brain surgery. And I wasn't allowing him the opportunity to love me, and I wasn't allowing myself the opportunity to put my guard down and allow someone to love me and be completely vulnerable and naked with them. So I went into it all wrong. So now I'm in a place where I'm just trying to learn him. I'm trying to understand him, and I'm trying to take it from there. I'm trying to see, you know, it was always somebody in the way on my end. It was always another person that I fantasized a relationship with. Clearly, I'm not with any of these people, so they weren't for me. But it was always me thinking, like, but if I get with him, the relationship gonna be so much better, thinking that we're not gonna go through stuff. And then that particular person would show me some red flags, and I'm like, I don't want to be with you. But you're fun. I don't want to be with you. But because of that, I never gave my husband a chance, because I was always somewhere else. And that took a lot of vulnerability and honesty and accountability for me to sit back and be able to identify that and admit that to myself and to him. Like, yeah, I saw you trying. You were trying to love me, and I wouldn't allow you to love me because I had some resentment towards you anyway about some of the past stuff that had transpired in our relationship. And I'm 1 foot out the door all the time because I'm thinking at this point that my heart is somewhere else. But it wasn't. I was just in the stage of not knowing, which is okay. I didn't know. I was growing. I was changing. I was learning. I didn't even know who I was. It's not until right now where I'm finally starting to realize who I am as a person. I have 3 children. I am married. And I am just starting to realize who I am. Do y'all hear that? So I say all this to say that it is very important to heal through the trauma and don't run from situations. Yeah, you should expect respect in your marriage, in your relationships. You should have healthy boundaries set. But it's not always going to be perfect. It's not always going to be butterflies and roses and chipmunks. Sometimes you're going to be in the trenches. Sometimes it's going to take work. Sometimes you're not going to be able to stand your partner. And love grows, trust me. You're not in ooh la la love all the time. But I will tell you one thing. When that man, full transparency, when I had first got diagnosed with MG, not first got diagnosed, but when I got diagnosed with MG, I had my twins. They were home with me, and I was having a bad MG day. I couldn't do anything. I had finally mustered up enough strength to put my daughters in their high chairs, and it required a lot of flinging of them to get them in the high chairs and a lot of creativity. And I couldn't even lift my arms to get in the pantry to get Cheerios or blueberries out of the refrigerator because I couldn't even lift my arms. And I'm just sobbing, right? Because I have these little girls that's dependent on me. Zoe's cheating on me. Life is just in shambles. I'm no longer working. Life is just destroyed for me, right? And I go and I reach and I give them a clementine that's in the fruit bowl on the table. So I give them the clementine and I'm peeling it, and they're fussing, they're crying because they're like, mommy's crying, something's not right. MG causes you to lose control of your muscles. So my sphinx muscle, I had no control over. Needless to say, I'm standing in the kitchen, feeding my daughters, standing in my feces. I'm so weak that I then lose control of my legs. And I fall. And I'm in my feces on the floor and I can't get up because I'm telling my legs to stand, but they can't move because of the disease. Thank God for this. I used my Apple Watch, told Siri to call my husband. Embarrassed as hell. I did not want to call him. I'm pissed at him. I don't trust him. We just finished having a real bad night of arguing all night long, which hindsight, stress causes MG flares. He's driving to work. He turns around and he comes home. And he literally cleans me up and cleans my feces up. And it's like, you know what? I'm not going back to work today. I know you mad at me. I know you can't stand my guts. but you need help. Like, you're crumbling, you're sick. And I just think of moments like that when I'm just embarrassed, when I hate myself. And the fact that even then, and knowing he probably was still mentally somewhere else or emotionally somewhere else, because you can't just cut off those emotions that you just had for somebody that you were in this 15-year relationship with, you know? Those emotions just don't cut off. I don't know how long they were in a relationship for. I know it was longer than me and him. I don't know if it was 15 years. I don't freaking know. I don't really care. I don't care. But so I know those emotions just can't get cut off. So I know that even when we were going through all this, he still was thinking about her. He still was probably texting and calling her. And I'm mad. I am mad. And I'm mad. Like, I want to fight him. But I can't, because I can't move my arms and my legs. Then, you know, he knew that I felt like I was losing my independence. So instead of him doing everything for me, like when I would be in the bathroom and I wanted to put my hair in a ponytail, he would come behind me and hold my arms up for me and let me brush my hair by him holding my arms up. And it was just the awareness that, okay, you know me and you know that I want to do it all. And you know that it's killing me that I can't even put my hair in a ponytail or a bun or whatever. And instead of you doing it for me all the time, you're like, okay, let's try this. And he holds my arms up and I'm able to put my hair in a ponytail. And I'm so thankful for those itty little bits of, you know, moments. Him going extra mile, trying to find spouses of people with my disease. And I mean, and I think it's only 30 people with my variant of this illness. So it's very hard trying to find people to connect with. Even thinking about sitting in the chemo chair getting the infusions, and you know, my infusions, I had to get the lymphoma protocol, I believe. It was a long infusion. I was there from like 7:30 in the morning to like 2:30 in the afternoon, getting an infusion the whole time. And he wrote it out with me. And I mean, I'm feeling sick. Imagine watching your 30, I guess what I just turned 33. Imagine watching your 33-year-old wife getting chemo infusions. Like, I know other people go through it, but man, that put some stuff into perspective. So, I say all that to say that I had to realize my wrongs and my faults and know that I'm not perfect. And infidelity happens. And yeah, you should set boundaries and say that's not cool. But I'm not willing to destroy my family and walk away from it all right now in this present moment, only because I see him fighting for his marriage, and I understand that I never even gave it a chance. So yeah. So if you're in a situation like this, or you don't know somebody in a situation like this, I feel like I'm not an anomaly. I feel like a lot of people, especially probably millennials, are going through certain situations like this. Go ahead and share this video with them. Hopefully this encourages you to be honest with yourself. Hopefully it encourages you to, you know, speak your truth and be vulnerable and give people chances and stop running. Stop running. Face whatever you're going through head on. I'm not saying it's going to be perfect. I'm not saying it's going to be pretty. And I'm not saying it's going to be easy. But try. And that's all I'm saying. So, if you enjoyed today's video, go ahead and like, comment, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to head over to Breaking the Curse with Sunshine and Nikki. We have really dope topics over there. Y'all are gonna love it. Don't forget to go to www.zenaircandles.com, pick up some stuff from me, and look down in the description box to the links to all of my socials and my pages, because as you just heard, your girl no longer works a 9 to 5. So the side hustle game is strong right now, okay? Go ahead and follow me on all my social media accounts. And I love y'all. And I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.